You rang my doorbell.
The truck driver
The little girl
killed himself.
David is weird.
She's watching me.
I need to put David
Molly,
out of his misery.
is it okay to steal things?
Sleeping tablets.
Fingerprints?
Dead bodies.
I saw Jessica.
Should I kill David?
Hilda died last night.
Do you think I should tell her about
Psychokinetics?
the photos?
Dr. Dekker seemed to like a drink.
Bit of a drinking problem.
It's probably the same for Jaya.
One of his patients was trying to kill him,
He lent me some money.
leaving him messages.
Creature, human flesh.
I'd teleported.
Do you have that dream, Doctor?
Oh, Doctor. You look... There's something I need to tell you. I can't find Dr. Dekker's prescription pad anywhere. I'm not sure when it went missing, but I don't remember seeing it for a while. Yours is there, but I'm scared one of the patients may have got their hands on it. Let me know if you find it, anyway, and ask me about Mariana later. I've got news.
I'm fine, Doctor. I went to the beach, swam under the sea, and returned to tell the tale. No blackouts. Nothing. Why would someone steal Dr. Dekker's prescription pad? I didn't even know he had one. I prefer actions over words, Doctor. You know that. Wow. That's a low blow, Doctor. And after all our sessions, I'm not a thief. Even the loan, that was just unfortunate. Dr. Dekker asked for his loan back after diagnosing me as sane. In his opinion, my blackouts and everything else were fictional. He had no proof, of course, either way, or I'd be cured, but he asked for his money back, and I didn't have it. Why would I do that? Dr. Dekker transferred our loan agreement to Claire at Castleford. She bought him out. I owe her the money now. I don't know why she did it, but Dr. Dekker got repaid, and now my agreement is with Claire. You should ask her. I don't dream, Doctor. I haven't dreamed for years now. Yeah. I did say that was a dream, didn't I? Is it easier to swallow, knowing it's the truth? The truth is, I'm not like you, Doctor, or anyone else. I can swim to the bottom of the ocean for hours, and people follow me, even if it's the last thing they do. People follow me into the sea. I don't force them, they just follow to see the creature. I'm not sure what you'd call it. A wisp? A star? It's so bright and warm and loving. I don't know why it leaves me. It only wants the others. It feeds on them. When I look down, I black out. But if I can just keep looking forward. No blackouts. I can just swim back to the top when it's finished. You really want to know? If I look down, it's writhing, just limbs of people from the clubs and the bars. Not just from this week, but last week, last month, last year. They all look terrified, but somehow still alive. The creature, it's all inside them, poking holes through them that they shouldn't have. It just eats them. Slowly. The missing people. That's where they go. I don't know I'm doing it. I swear I don't, Doctor. The creature. I hear it. It's hungry. Nobody can know. It's our secret. It's our secret. What will you tell people, that I'm feeding people to a creature at the bottom of the ocean? What proof do you have? You can't tell on me. You know what you do to me when you visit. I let you do it because sometimes I'm ashamed of what I've done. You make me feel like I deserve it. You get inside me, Doctor, and it hurts. And you don't care. I can't explain what happened with John. He followed me back from the bar that night and swam with me under the ocean. I blacked out. He'd gone. You must have read about John in the news. He was a local student who went missing. He was a looker. And he had a way with words, but he was also a cheat. The creature liked eating him a lot. But I can't explain what happened next. I left him to be eaten. And the next morning, he turns up in my bed at my house. He's not wet at all. No signs he's been in the sea, but he has holes in him. Lots of holes. His inside is on the outside. Just a ball of tangled worms. And now they're blaming me, but you knew that, Doctor, didn't you? That's why I'm here. They think I killed John. John and some others. They need to know whether I'm insane or not. My lawyer, he says I'm insane, but that he needs you to rubber stamp it. Do you think I'm insane, Doctor? I told you how grateful I'd be. But you need to fix my problem first. If they try me as sane, I'll be in prison for a long time. And then, how would you get your reward, Doctor? No! The creature killed John. She's the woman that took over the loan I had with Dr. Dekker. You're a naughty one, Doctor. You know you visited my home. Why do you keep denying it? Don't you remember? That's a shame. You had fun. If you can't remember, I'm certainly not going to enlighten you. That's an interesting analogy, Doctor. You think I'm making this up? I don't know about that. No, I've not been thirsty, not since I went back to the sea. Dr. Dekker was a hack. You're special. You're good at your job. You know I have problems. I've done lots of dancing, lots of clubbing, lots of socializing. There are similarities, but you're not the dead doctor. Are you feeling okay? Like I said, I've been fine. Can you remember what you did? It's my fault they're all dying. They're following me.
think you know who killed Dr. Dekker, so you're going to have a good day. Can we talk a bit about hypnotism, though? I've heard you can plant key words in people when they're hypnotized. How would I know if I had any? I think that the hypnotism didn't take, but maybe Dr. Dekker did hypnotize me, and it did work, and he told me to think that it didn't. I think I found one of the key words. I can't say what it is. I don't want to trigger it. I was on the phone to my dad last night, and he said something, and boom, I fell asleep. Normally I wish that kind of thing would happen, but it just happened. I phoned him back. I thought it was seconds, but it was an hour later. I asked him what he'd said. He'd watched some NASA program. He was reading off planets. It was one of them. I don't want it to be triggered. Pluto's not a planet, is it? And why are you even trying? So he did plant me with something. I have absolutely no idea. Did you find out what the key word is? What is it? No. Don't say it. Write it down for me. And thank you. You know, there's something I've not been telling you. It's about time travel. This might feel like the darkest timeline, but it's not my darkest timeline. I didn't kill Dr. Dekker. I look at one of your other patients, or maybe even your assistant. His prescription pad's missing. The one with all the death threats on it. Do you think the murderer took it to cover their tracks? I suppose it could be a coincidence, but I'm guessing whoever murdered Dr. Dekker stole his prescription pad. I've got nothing. That doesn't mean anything to me. I read a book about time travel. I thought what was happening to me was a type of time travel. I couldn't control it, but at the end of each day, I would travel back in time to the beginning and live it over again. I'm like Doctor Who, but I don't have a TARDIS, and I can't choose what time I go to. Except once. The doctor said she was legally still alive. The only thing they could do was starve her. Hannah didn't die in the accident the first time around. It was worse than death. She wouldn't have wanted that. I was looking at a photo from around the time of the accident. I had a lot of alcohol, which I think was probably necessary. I jumped back to the junction. I started pulling out, but the lorry was already on us. I drove into the lorry to make sure. I didn't wake up in hospital because I woke up the next day, present day. Things had changed. Her obituary changed in the press clippings I kept. It said she was killed instantly. Nothing else changed. Her family seemed to hate me more, which is ironic because the first time around they pulled her off life support, so I saved them the indignity. Now they just think it was my careless driving that caused her death. Things have been interesting, thanks to Mariana. We went on a date. Well, sort of. She texted me this bar she was going to, and I just turned up. She can dance. I was transfixed most of the night. Next thing I know, I'm lying in my bed, at home. The room's spinning. The day moved forward. In fact, every night I go and watch Mariana dance, the day moves forward. Do you think Mariana likes me? So what you're trying to say is that Mariana is just using me and has no interest in me romantically whatsoever. Thanks. That helps my self-esteem. I'm at peace with Hannah now. I can save her. And I'll keep trying, but I must move forward. I did kind of ask you not to talk about this anymore, but I suppose you're not taking notes. You ask a lot of good questions, Doctor, but that one's a dud. I haven't been lying. As far as everyone's concerned, she died in that car accident. Instantly. I didn't have time. I jumped back to the split second the accident happened. The truck was already on us. I swerved left the first time, so I tried right. If I could have saved her, I would have done. I didn't want her to die. We just met. I chose not to tell you I travelled back in time. Sorry. If I could turn back time, Doctor, if I could find a way. No, I didn't take the prescription pad. Why is it such a big issue? Who'd want it? Do you think the killer wrote out a prescription for temazepam, faked Dr. Dekker's signature and got it made up? Maybe, but I'm already on temazepam, Doctor. I wouldn't need all that drama. Do you ask all your patients that? Or just the pretty ones? The day before Valentine's Day, I was looking at pictures of Hannah and it just happened. The next day for me was Valentine's Day. Present day. Wow. I think you're just jealous, Doctor. I mean, if Mariana really was killing people, I'm pretty sure you'd have to contact the authorities. I mean, that's what you do, isn't it? I've tried, but I can't do it. To be honest, nowadays, I'm more interested in moving forwards.
I'm good. I feel better. Last session, that was all negative. I don't want to be like that. Oh, I made you something. A little thank you for being so nice. They're cookies. What about the prescription pad? Someone was sending Dr. Dekker death threats. Had no idea. You never said anything to me about it. Yes, I took it. I had to. Dr. Dekker told me he could use it to take away my gift. I'm a happy person. And really, what's the point of being miserable? It doesn't matter what's going on at work or anything. Happy is the only goal. Max told me that. I think some footballer might have said it. I told you about Max, right? Didn't I mention him before? Yes, but you don't know the whole story. Max is 77. He was one of my patients. I thought he was dying, so I shifted for him. Became an old sweetheart of his, apparently. Only Max didn't die. He actually got better somehow, and then he came and asked me to do it again. Eleanor, her name was, or is. Like I say, he doesn't even know where she is now. But she obviously still loves him. When I shifted, I felt all fluttery and excited. It's so sweet, isn't it? Yes, Max and Eleanor had dinner on Valentine's Day. I felt a bit weird when he asked me. But he said he just wanted to have one more date with her and then he wouldn't ask me again. And to be fair, he was a perfect gentleman. I mean, I didn't want to have that conversation. I suppose he was just trying to cure me. I mean, I thought he believed that I could shift, but maybe he didn't. Maybe he was just humouring me the whole time. I could never hurt anyone. You have to believe me, Doctor. You're very welcome. The usual stuff: flour, sugar, butter, chocolate chips, and my special ingredient, a little herbalist magic to give you some pep. You look like you need it. Thing is, because Max didn't die, he saw me change back after I let go of his hand. There wasn't anything I could do about it. You can put herbal remedies in food. The effect's more subtle, but it does work. I don't know why Max didn't die. It usually works. I just mean when I shift. They see their loved one and say what they have to say, and then there's nothing stopping them from moving on. Why? What did you think I meant? No, that's right. Shifting does only work when someone is near death. But Max is dying. I mean, he didn't die when he was my patient, but he's still ill. Terminal, you know. The only time I've shifted outside work was with Max. Oh, and here, with Dr. Dekker. The I don't sleep with 77-year-old men conversation, of course. I only make cookies for people I like, Doctor. What about the prescription pad? Maybe he was just winding me up, I don't know. But he said that he could write a prescription and whatever he wrote on it would be true. Like he could write, Ealing can no longer shift. And that would be it. I wouldn't be able to shift anymore. You never met Dr. Dekker. He could make the craziest things sound true. And he showed me some of the notes he'd written. Wait, I think I've got one here. Here, see? No? What do you think I am? Fine. Don't eat them then. I was just trying to be nice. You think I kill my patients? I thought you knew me. Oh, you're worse than Terry. Mind you, I shouldn't speak ill of her.
I'm fine. I killed David. Again. Like you told me to. Anushka's fine, I would imagine. Her father came over to talk about the missing cat. It would have been an easier conversation had I not been splattered in blood and sweating like a milkmaid. It seemed like he wanted to give me a piece of his mind, but when he saw the state I was in, he fled. There were no police that turned up. I suspect I've got away with it, at least this second time. Now all that's left is for you to write up my diagnosis. That I'm not sound of mind. That I wasn't sound of mind when I killed David. It's up to you whether you want to mention any of our other conversations. I'm happy either way. With an axe. I got him to put his head on the wood block. He didn't really know what he was doing. He trusted me. I cut off his head. When I picked it up, he was smiling. Probably a muscle spasm. Oh, the continuing saga of Dr. Dekker. After he'd seen David and done his due diligence, he came up with an offer I couldn't refuse. Remember? The one I told you about when we first met. Dr. Dekker wanted me to reanimate him. He said he would kill David unless I agreed. He called me on Valentine's night. He promised to use a disposable phone so there would be no trace. I was supposed to come here, where I would find him dead, and then reanimate him. I agreed immediately. It seems that Dr. Dekker went through with his half of the agreement. But I forgot to turn up. I never saw Dr. Dekker's prescription pad. I imagine he kept it hidden away. To stop people stealing it? I've already told you, I never saw his prescription pad, so of course I didn't write any death threats. It sounds like someone is trying to frame me. Who's trying to frame me, Doctor? Doctor, did I tell you about that time that I used the power of my mind to bring my husband back to life? I can't imagine what I'd do to the psychiatrist that double-crossed me. But I'm sure it would be fun. For me, at least. Yes, Dr. Dekker threatened to kill David. That terrified me at the time. I still had hope that David would recover. I don't really know the girl, but I did buy out her loan from Dr. Dekker. I mainly did it to shut him up about it. But can you imagine having him as a creditor? That poor girl. I hope it didn't accrue anything more than interest. I buried him near the lake house. I'm not sure I'll be allowed a second funeral. Besides, it's close enough to visit. I've already told you I never saw his prescription pad, so of course I didn't write any death threats. It sounds like someone is trying to frame me. Who's trying to frame me, Doctor? No. Threats are usually made without the intention of following them through. This is quite the opposite. Focus, Doctor. You're not asking the right questions.
I'm worried about you, Doctor. You seem quiet and, well, it's just your fingerprints on the bottle. Maybe you touched it by accident? You didn't know him, did you? If there's something you're not telling me, I need to know. I know you both graduated in the same year from the same university, but Cambridge is a big place. If you were friends with him, I'm not sure I can trust you anymore. I'm so worried. I've been reviewing your files. I know, I'm sorry, a bit naughty, but have you considered that Mariana may have murdered Dr. Dekker because of the money she owed him? As she had most to gain. She got all the money if he died, and it makes most sense, doesn't it? You just seem a little different from the person who turned up all those weeks ago. You don't talk to me as much as you did. You flitter between patients in a daydream. Tell me what things are bothering you. Who measures sanity or insanity? One man's philosopher is another man's fool. I'm keeping an eye on you. I won't let you go crazy. I think I'm okay with the grief now. My mother died suddenly, and I think I was projecting Dr. Dekker's death to be about her. I know they're not related. My mother died suddenly, like Dr. Dekker. For her, though, it was different. She burst into flames. I was 7. They said she must have been smoking and drinking on the sofa, but she doesn't smoke or drink. Professor Alderby said it was spontaneous combustion. Dr. Dekker's prescription pad is still missing. I'll let you know if it turns up. I didn't know anything about that. If I have any grievances with my employer, I spit in their coffee. I hope that's how you like it. Don't become like Dr. Dekker. I think that somebody killed him because he was using them. There's some footage I can't show you because it would affect you too much. Suffice to say, when Mariana told him she could breathe underwater, he wanted the same power for himself. So instead of trying to cure her of it, he'd try and amplify it to see how it worked, so he could imagine it for himself. I think he did that with all his special patients. I think he wanted all of their powers, if you believe in that sort of thing. Any patient who presented with psychokinetic issues, they were his special patients. Towards the end, he began ignoring all the other cases. Most of the patients saw it as a curse, what they were experiencing, what they were unwittingly doing. Dr. Dekker saw it as an ability, a power to be harnessed and used for, well, God knows what he was going to use it all for. So we made them give in to it, and it consumed them, consumed all of them. Whether you believe any of that or not is your choice, but they did, which made them angry. And that's why I think he was murdered by a patient. I think you know what I'm going to say. I don't know. For a grief counsellor, you're asking some pretty random questions. Suffice to say, I don't have an answer for that. It's not your job to find out who the murderer is. It's the police. You can only point them in the right direction. Murder is a means to an end. There's a lot more going on here you should be thinking about. A fictional space god that's resting at the bottom of the Atlantic. It's not likely, is it? Or maybe you think it is. Have you spoke to Mariana today? Your patience will always be a bother, but you're caring for people. We do still care, don't we, Doctor? In a few weeks' time, there'll be a whole new bunch of faces with a whole new bunch of quirks. Let's not have a whole new doctor, shall we? I spot check the sessions. I know I shouldn't, but it's for the safety of everyone. Checks and balances, remember? According to Professor Alderby, people can will themselves to die. Some people will have heart attacks, some people will have strokes. Those who are truly despondent, they're the rare few that spontaneously combust. I'm not sure if I believe in all of that. I don't know. It doesn't fill me with any sense of self-worth, if that helps. Yes, that is a worry. I agree. Your memory is exactly that. Your memory. If people are telling you things you don't remember, then they're probably making them up. Deep down, only you know. Holiday, perhaps? Some R&R? I suppose you were thinking something darker? No, that's not the right question. I once spoke to a patient here who claimed to be able to teach me how to get inside other people's dreams, but how would you know if that worked? Have you had any strange dreams lately, Doctor? Why do I bother you? Do you think I killed Dr. Dekker? You need to look deeper into your other patients. I can forgive a lot of things, but being falsely accused of murder, well, that's going to blemish your CV. Because of what happened to my mother, I believe people could change the world with their minds. I think it's dangerous to have that ability, and I think that you and me, we're helping people rid themselves of these dangerous thoughts and a whole load of other issues at the same time. People pretend to believe, and they have a different agenda. They're the ones you need to watch out for. They have boundaries, and they are prepared to break them.
I'm not feeling very well. I tried to sleep through the midnight hour, and I slept for 8 hours. When I woke up, it was looking at me. That thing was looking at me. Time was still frozen. I can't escape it. I'm doomed. It knows what I did with Dr. Dekker. It's been taunting me. It wanted me to follow it, so I did. It brought me here, Doctor. Here. It thinks I killed Dr. Dekker. I'm sure of it. I took his body. It was me. I took it from the coffin because I didn't want him put in the ground. I don't know what I was going to do with him. I just didn't think burial would be enough. Maybe I would cremate him. But the body disappeared. If only he'd been cremated like you will be. I have a private tool shed at the graveyard. I moved his body in there before the burial. But when I came back, he'd gone. It was locked and he'd gone. How did that happen, Doctor? How did Dekker do that? Perhaps. It had crossed my mind that Dr. Dekker perhaps resurrected himself. Maybe he wasn't dead, just sleeping. If someone else moved Dekker, they'd had to have picked the lock, moved the body, and then locked up again. Why go to the trouble of locking up again? It's not out of the question to think that Dr. Dekker teleported himself out of the tool shed. If I can do it, he probably can. That's the kind of thing I've been thinking. But the thing that's been following me, it can teleport too. I think the thing might be Dekker. Is the thing Dekker? And so it is. The thing is Dekker, and the thing wants to kill me. Please, tell Jessica I love her. Jessica has had a restraining order taken out against me and her daughter. I showed her the photos and then the rest is a blur. She was screaming, hitting me, pushing me away. In hindsight, showing her the photos might not have been the best thing to do. I stole a heart. I thought maybe my kleptomania would stop if I took something significant. It only occurs to me now that the heart I took was in a storage facility in a hospital and that it was probably for a transplant patient. I don't know if it's cured me. I've tried to avoid my extra hour. I tried to sleep through it. I did try one thing. I spied on you, Doctor. You have a strangeness, don't you? You live in the same house as Dr. Dekker. I spied on him several times, so I know the house very well. You kept it almost entirely the same. Why did you live in the same house as Dr. Dekker? Is it a perk? Or you, Dr. Dekker? I thought you were. You've come back to teach us all a lesson, haven't you? To punish us for trying to kill you. No, it can't be you. Prove to me you're Dr. Dekker. I didn't steal Dekker's pad. I didn't have to. If I wanted to use it, I could just teleport in here and steal a sheet. Why take the whole pad? Why be that obvious? Well, kudos to whoever had the guts to do that. Wasn't me. What did they say? You've piqued my interest now. I tried to sleep through my extra hour. I didn't want to face it. That thing has been taunting me. I wish I was still religious. The thing that's following me, it doesn't have a face. I saw it close up when it was standing over me. It has no face, no eyes, no mouth, no nothing. Inside its hood is just space. Just a black hole. Yes, apparently honesty is not the best policy when it comes to me and females. I think I've regressed somewhat. Burial isn't enough for Dr. Dekker because he's evil. I thought if anything we'd established that in our earlier sessions, Doctor. I had to destroy him properly, not just bury him in the ground. When something is chasing you, you start wishing that there was a higher power that could save you. I remember you agreeing with me that there are too many religions, but I wish there was only one, and one that I could believe in.